What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Roxora, and we're on Arena again, but we're not playing Limited, actually. We're playing some Historic, which I haven't played in quite a while. The Historic format had kind of fallen off for me, especially since the introduction of Timeless. There just wasn't a really good reason for me to play the Historic format, as opposed to Timeless, where, again, there are more cards that I can kind of mess around with. But that has changed a little bit with the introduction of Modern Horizons 3 onto Magic Arena, which is legal in Historic. It's legal in Timeless as well, and some powerful. And so there's some cards that are banned in Historic, but other formats, but not in Timeless. I'm blanking on exactly which ones those are right now, but we got a couple that are legal here and are very, very powerful. A couple of them making waves in Modern, so obviously very powerful here. Of course, it's a new set, new cards, so of course I'm going to be playing a Jeskai deck. No one should really expect anything else from me on this channel. We're going to be playing this Jeskai control deck that I found online. The things that I like about it are, first of all, there's only one arena-only card. Otherwise, it is a lot of cards from the Modern format. So it kind of feels like playing a Modern deck with Treasure Cruise, I guess. Treasure Cruise not a legal card in Modern, but a legal card here in Historic, which is kind of cool. Basically, there has been a ton of really, really powerful Modern Horizons 3 cards. In fact, you see almost half the deck, I think more than half the deck, is Modern Horizons 3. So many powerful cards, and they fit very well into this Jeskai shell. So we'll go ahead and talk about it. So first of all, the energy mechanic making a comeback here. Galvanic Discharge, basically a turbo version of Harness Lightning, more similar to Lightning Bolt. 1 mana to gain 3 energy and then pay energy to deal damage to a creature planeswalker. Harness Lightning only being able to deal damage to creatures was a big downside. Now we kind of have this very efficient removal spell that is very flexible. Similarly, Tune the Narrative, kind of like was a gift, not a gift to the whatever, Attune with Nature. Right, kind of similar in that you're paying one mana to get 2 energy plus a card. This being instant speed and giving you a card, not just a land, is awesome. Fits very well into this deck, as you'll find. Even more powerful is Wrath of the Skies, which is white X for sorcery, get X energy. Pay any amount, destroy a whole bunch of things for each, with mana value less than the number of energy you paid. So the big important thing with this card is it doesn't actually require you to pay anything into X to destroy things. So you could already have energy from something like Tune the Narrative or Galvanic Discharge, and you can just go ahead and pay 2 white mana, pay some energy, and wipe your opponent's board and continue on after that. So very, very powerful card. Obviously, if you don't have these cards, you can also pay some energy. And if you have extra mana, right, you can also pay some energy there. Pay some extra mana there and do that. This deck is also trying an Unstable Amulet, which is not a card that I had high on my radar, but 1 red for an artifact. It gives you 2 energy when it enters. And it kind of does the impulse effect. You pay 2 energy and then exile the top card of your library, and then you can play it until you exile another card with Unstable Amulet. So kind of limiting you to how many cards you can get off of it at a time. You can't just like get a whole bunch of cards. You have to kind of go get a card, cast the card, get a card, cast the card. But when you cast a card from somewhere other than your hand, right, so obviously synergizing with itself there, it also deals 1 damage to each opponent. So you can synergize, again, with the amulet's own ability, and it has some other play in this deck, as we'll talk about with Phage, Snapcaster Mage, and things like that. Speaking of Flage. I always mispronounce this card. I always forget the L. Flage, Titan of Fire's Fury. 1 red white for a 6/6 legendary creature Elder Giant. When it enters the battlefield, you sacrifice it unless it escaped. If you've been playing Magic, you'll know that this is sounding very, very similar to Uro. And it is very similar to Uro. When it enters or attacks, you basically get to Lightning Helix something, and then you can escape it from your graveyard for basically the same cost as Uro. So this is Uro, but for Jeskai, I guess for Boros, but in here it works really, really well. We do have Lightning Helix in the format, but Flage is a very, very powerful version of Lightning Helix, as it can be kind of flashbacked as this big game-ending threat. All right, and then we got some other cards in here. Tamiyo, Inquisitive Student, very, very powerful. 1 mana for an 0/3 flying. When it attacks, you get a clue, and whenever you draw your third card, it flips into a planeswalker with various abilities. Obviously, getting back an instant or sorcery from your graveyard is nice. Not drawing a bunch of cards with the ultimate is nice, and it's really, really powerful with Flame of Anor. As it is a wizard, so if you cast Tamiyo, and then on turn 3 you play Flame of Anor, play some removal, use it to remove some permanents on your opponent's board, while also drawing some cards, you'll be able to trigger Tamiyo's ability and get the Planeswalker version. The Prismatic Ending is not a new card for Magic, but it is a new card for Arena. Very, very powerful, cheap removal spell. Can exile any non-land permanent based on how many colors you spend into it. We also have Path to Exile from Outlaws of Thunder Junctions at bonus sheet, which is cool. And then the last kind of new card that I haven't really seen in this list is Invert Polarity, a kind of interesting Modern Horizons 3 kind of cancel effect. But it can sometimes just gain control of the spell, which is wild. So a lot of people kind of roasting this card for deciding the game based on a coin flip. It can be very powerful, but it's only one of in this list, as its cost is very restrictive, and obviously it's not like Archmage's Charm or any of these other flexible cancels. This is more, it has to be used as a cancel, but can sometimes be a little bit better. And so that's pretty much it. We're just trying to control the game. Some lands here, the Surveil lands in Meticulous Archive, and do we not have the other one? Oh, sorry, the Thundering Falls, there we go, are also welcome inclusions to these kind of slower decks in Historic. Obviously, we don't have the fetch lands, but they're still just really powerful cards to kind of play. The sideboard here, pretty standard stuff. Some Spell Pierces, Pithing Needles, Dovin's Vetoes, Brotherhood's End, another copy of Invert Polarity, some additional threats. We got a Teferi here, another Chandra for some of those mirrors. Meltdown here, also not a new card for Magic, but new card to Arena. Very good against the Artifact decks. And then a very nice hate piece in Disruptor Flute, kind of similar to Pithing Needle, but a little bit more flexible. So kind of flexing those cards there. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, the deck looks very different than to some of the Jeskai decks that we've seen in the past, but is going to play very, very similar. Again, just efficient removal, card draw, game-ending threat, and that'll be about it. So we're going to hop into a best-of-3 game. Hopefully it's a good one, and we'll see how it goes. As we do, remember to like, comment, subscribe. Any feedback for kind of my content is welcome. Again, with Pixelborn for Lorcana shutting down, I'm pivoting a little bit to kind of moving back towards some Magic the Gathering content, but also wanting to kind of see what my audience is into. So, yeah. Part of my dog here. She's hanging out. All right, we won the die roll, so of course we're gonna play first. Still want to do that. This hand is a little bit awkward. I'm not too sure about this, but I assume I can keep it. And we have turn 2 Unstable Amulet, and we also have some draws. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it. We'll see. Opponent reveals Luris. That is an interesting thing that is still around in Arena here. So they have Island. I think I'm just gonna slam the amulet here. They have a okay. No, we're good. And I'm not actually going to pay into it yet. I want to kind of wait a little bit, because also I want to wait and see. Yeah, that's fine. So blue-black Luris. They got Thoughtseize here. They can take probably the Treasure Cruise or a Wrath of Skies. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'm glad I did not pay there. I am gonna go ahead and pay into the unstable amulet now. Ooh, interesting. Just play that and pass, and now we can play Blade next turn, regardless of whatever they kind of play here. But it does mean that they kind of just get to not worry about it. Inquisition. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play Tune the Nerve. I think I just want to get that energy. Yeah, and they see a whole bunch of removal. As long as we can go ahead and answer the Luris here, I'm not too worried. They are also filling up our yard for Flage. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just play the Archive here, I think. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just play the Archive, mill over this land, and we'll go ahead and play Flage. So it's gonna get sacrificed. That's okay. They're already at 10 life. My guess is that this is Death Shadow, because they don't seem to really mind that we're exiling some of their guys. Croxa. Croxa is good. We'll go ahead and discard the Flame of an Ore. Okay. Here we can play the Thundering Falls and flip off of this, but I don't know if I want to do that. I think I am actually just gonna Blage now. Yeah, and just exile most things. Maybe we get rid of everything except for this Wrath of the Skies. You know, Flame of an Ore might be nice too, but I think we'll do that. And it also deals some more damage. Yeah, they're kind of at risk of dying here to this this unstable amulet. Yeah, I kind of want to pay this and see what we can do here. If you cast a spell. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and play that and pass. That's fine. They are down to 4. But yeah, my guess is we're going to see a Death Shadow here. That's what I would expect. But if we see a Death Shadow, we actually can go ahead and exile it. That, or if they have a Luris. Okay, if they add Luris to their hands, what else they play? Expressive Iteration. Interesting. Lounge. Sure. Let's go ahead and play the Thundering Falls first. I think I want to discard this Fragmented Reality. I think I want to fill up my yard as fast as possible, actually. I'm going to go ahead and... I'm going to cycle this. Yeah, I am going to cycle this, because if I get another... That's fine. As they play the Luris, they can't cast the Croxa right now. That's interesting. So this is interesting. I think I want to wait. Yeah, I'm actually going to wait. It's super unfortunate. Because now if I... Do they have double... They have double black, double red. Yes, they do have the abilities. The question is... I think I'm gonna just pass. And if they want to recast the Croxa with Luris, that's fine. Yeah, so that's fine. Because actually now we just have cards in our yard for Flage. Yeah, now we just have a bunch of cards in our card for that. Dread Horror Arcanist. That can cast some Thought Seizes. Sure. Oh, wait a second. Doesn't this just kill them? Because now we do Unstable Amulet. I'm gonna try this and see if this kills them. And if not, oh, that's actually kind of good too. Yeah, that just did the job. I'm actually very impressed with Unstable Amulet in that game. Okay. So Farewell is kind of interesting. I don't think I want Invert Polarity. Chandra Awakened Inferno is also nice since it exiles. How do I beat Kroxa? Yeah, I guess it's Farewell. Fragmented Reality is okay, right? It's if they have a 1-drop, then it just kills it, but maybe I don't care about that. Because maybe Wrath of the Skies is better. I actually don't know. It's actually tough. I think the Flame of I think I just want to make this change and just cut the Flame of Nor. I don't think I care about the Spell Pierce. Like the Inquisitions don't seem to be too effective against me. The Thoughtseize effects. And I don't think I want Supreme Verdict. Yeah, I think I just want to try and cast this Farewell and exile Kroxa and everything. Yeah, Flame of Nor seems less effective against Luris. So yeah, we can just cut that. Or we can cut a Snapcaster too. I actually have no idea. I'm gonna cut the Flame of Nor. It also could be possible to cut the Treasure Cruise too. But let's just do that. And I don't know how else I wanna kind of fight this matchup. It could be nothing. Like it could be like we could just actually seem to be pretty well equipped to fight this deck a little bit. Flage putting in so much work in that game. Okay. So we don't have a second white source. But if they don't have... Also, even if they have a discard effect, we have Galvanic Discharge. I think I can keep this hand. Because Tamiyo is going to be super good. Yeah, so they have Inquisitions. They probably take the Tamiyo here, and that sucks. How do you not take the Tamiyo? Oh, they might have removal, so maybe they just take the Discharge or Wrath of the Skies. If they know, hey, I have the removal for Tamiyo. Okay. It's like... It's not the case. So shock and pass. We've tuned the narrative now. Search can't. Very interesting. Tune the narrative. Ooh, there's the Unstable Amulet. This card did a lot of work in our game, in our other game, so it could do a lot of work here too. It's like now if they just play discard effects, they're just, like if they play another Thoughtseize, they're just if they play Thoughtseize, they're just taking 3. And they just pass. Sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and activate the amulet here. See what we get. The fact that every 2 energy is basically another card, like it turns Galvanic Discharge into another card too, which is kind of sweet. This also just turns into another card, right? So we have tuned the narrative. This is a lot of damage actually, because we cast Snapcaster Mage. I think I'm okay. I think I want to do this now actually, right? Yeah, because there's nothing that they could really play that would really make me want to not do this, because the Galvanic Discharge is not really relevant until next turn. So yeah, you got your whole thing. They can kill this with sorcery speed removal, but that's fine. Listless Reef, not a card I've seen before in this kind of deck, but okay. So this is definitely still appearing like a Death Shadow deck to me, so I do want to be mindful of that, but I am gonna once again just do the thing. Because if we hit a land here, just play it. If we don't hit a land, Flame of Anor. That's pretty cool. Okay. We'll just go ahead and attack. So we can use this to draw 2 cards. There's not really a target right now, so there's no use in casting that, so that's fine. Let's just play this Ragran Triomen Pass. Now we can use this Flame of Anor to draw 2 cards and deal some damage. Like, seems great. Thoughtseize. So we can't really cast anything. Yeah, they can take our Snapcaster Mage. They can take a... There's not really a card that they can take here that really ruins us besides the Snapcaster, so that makes sense. Roxa. I'm going to go ahead and cast the Flame of Anor to draw some cards first, just to get some more information. Okay, there's a Path to Exile. Wrath of the Skies. I think I'm discarding a Galvanic Discharge here. No, I think I'm discarding the Wrath of the Skies, actually. I think I want to just... so we can cast Treasure Cruise and draw a bunch of cards. Seems good. Let's do this first, actually. So if I hit a land... Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, let's Treasure Cruise. Yeah, there's no reason to keep any of these cards in the yard. Let's just draw some cards. Oh, rip. I have to go to discard because I have too many cards. Let's discard these. Actually, I want to keep this Prismatic Vista where it is. Let's just discard these 2 lands. We have enough lands in our hand. So they get another of those. Yep. They can... Oh, they can't play Croxit this turn. They can put Lurrus into their hand. As Kanta is kind of an interesting card with Lurrus. I hadn't really thought of that. Yeah, so there's that. That's fine. So yeah, here's actually a really interesting use for Wrath of the Skies, where we can pay 5. We can pay 1, 2, 3, 4. We can pay 4, but only pay 1 energy. They have Spell Pierce that sucks, but because we also don't want to destroy our own amulet here. Yeah, kind of a cool usage for Wrath of the Sky. So now we have 3 energy that we didn't have before. Kolagon's Command. That's fine. We'll go ahead and let that happen. We have another amulet in hand, actually. The Shadow. Yeah, once again, we can go ahead and pay some energy into this Wrath of the Skies, and I think I don't want to pay everything. I think I'm just going to pay another 4. So I can have this Galvanic Discharge up in case they don't, or they do something weird. Yep, that's fine. So do they hit something off of this? No, they hit nothing. That's a bit awkward. Okay, so they take the path. That makes sense. And then they play Lure. Oh, they put Lurrus, right. They can only put Lurrus into their hand. So now I play Amulet. I'll activate. Yeah, another Ragran Triumph is not what the doctor ordered. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see what we can do here. So they can play Lurrus, and then Replay Croxa. Yeah, not getting to exile the Croxa has been rough. Oh, that's funny too. That that happens. So we have one more Wrath of the Skies in our deck, right? Oh no, there's no more Wrath of the Skies. So in order to do that, we need another Snapcaster Mage. We could also, if we tap deck the Farewell, actually that would be the best. But we're gonna cycle the Rogren Triumph here, obviously, because we have so many lands. Ooh, that's nice. All right, we'll play the Tune the Narrative. Again, highly thinking that they have some kind of counterspell in their hand. If that's the case, they should encounter this, right? They know we have the Galvanic Discharges. They want to save their guy, right? Ooh, that's super nice. Yeah, let's... So we can Galvanic Discharge here. Okay, do that. My turn. Activate. Do we hit? Another land. Awesome. Not what the doctor ordered. Oh my god. Alright. As much as I don't want to do this, I think I have to prismatic ending this. Selective value for X is 0. So pay 1. Yeah. It's a bit of a complicated card in terms of how it works. And cool. So now this is where they flashback Croxa or escape it or whatever. Oh, they lose 2 life to recast this card. Or sorry, lose a life. So, yep. They lose a life. We'll go ahead and discard Prismatic Vista. Oh, and then also if we hit any spell, like, so if they cast it, yeah. That would be kind of rough for them. I don't know. Very interesting matchup. That was actually a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed the amulet and how that played out. All right, we are killing it today with the die rules. We're gonna obviously take the play here, and we got 2 Tamios and 2. I mean, this does not get better than this. Actually, wait, it really can't, because we can actually flip Tamio on turn 2. Wait. Wait, that's actually nuts. That's insane. All right, let's see if we can flip Tamio on turn 2. We're playing against a Zerta deck. I have no idea what that means. I have absolutely no idea what that means. So, let's find out. Oh, my dog is so silly. All right, come on, opponent. Let's go. Your sleeves are very nice. So are mine. Let's duke it out. Okay. We'll shock it in. The Cements. And Tamio. No sound effects for these Tamios, but... Okay, my guess... I have actually no idea. My guess is... Okay, so we got this. No damage. And I think, yeah, I think we're gonna just do this. Bam.
Every plane has stories to share. Think
Cool.
before you act.
So their creatures get smaller if they attack me, and I can get back some guys. Yeah, that seems really good. In it. Okay. So we can go ahead and Flage the Kinnan. Pick up again. Hilarious. Alright, so what does this do? Oh, this is some kind of legend deck? Interesting. Okay. Jeez. Oh, I know what this is. Yeah, they're the combo deck. They're the whatever his name is. Let's stick up here. So now we actually just got a Flame of Anor. So now we have Thundering Falls, Fragmented Reality. We can kill that. I think I'm actually gonna bottom that. Yeah. And we pass. And now Flame of Anor can kill the I don't even remember what the card is called. I just know I have to kill it on sight. There it is, Kethis. They do that thing. Each legendary card in your game gains. But I think I kill it now still. So you have all these guys. So you have Mox Amber. And now if we just get the ultimate Tameo, I feel like we just win. Yep, that's fine. Yep, Emery. Okay.
I know enough to recognize
Okay, so now we have Wrath of the Skies. Oh, I can't do that. We have to do this. Which is fine, because now we also have I spotted the invert polarity. So now we have Wrath of the Skies for X is 3. Oh, sorry. Not for X is 3. Pay 2. Pay 0, confirm 0, pay 3 energy. Almost messed that up. And go. And then we just counter the Kethis. Yep, that comes down. Okay, it's just a cancel, but that's fine. Because now we... Woo! That was awesome. That was freaking awesome. Okay, so Pithing Needle actually works against Kethis, right? It shuts off the activated ability. So I think Pithing Needle and Disruptor Flute are both good here. Don't need any of those. Don't need any of these. We could use the Farewell. That seems fine. I want to get rid of this. I just don't like this card. I just want this Fragmented Reality out of my deck. Other than that, I actually don't know. Maybe I don't want this Farewell. Maybe we'll just use these and then... Yeah, I don't know. I like the Flame of Anor. I like, maybe cut on this Unstable Amulet. I don't actually know. Yeah, because I want to keep the invert polarity. Yeah, that was sick with like ultimating Tameo. That's pretty sick. And I like the Galvanic Discharge too, right? Because that's again a clean answer to Kethis. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the Unstable Amulet. I don't want to cut Flame of Anor because that's some removal, right? As well as a card draw and some extra stuff. So yeah, I think we'll just do like this. Could be a possible that like cards like Spell Pierce could be good, but so this is interesting. So another turn 1 Tameo. Yeah, I feel like any hand with turn 1 Tameo against him is pretty good. Let's go. Because this is awkward still, though, because we have so many tap lands. But Amber, sure. Okay. No, let's just go Meticulous Archive. That's fine. Here's the Flame of an Ore. That's pretty good. Thalia. Here. That's fine. We'll just use this and Galvanic Discharge. Do I care about that? Yeah. I think that's fine. Because we do want to play a lot of cheap spells. I am going to respond now with Galvanic Discharge. But they don't get an extra mana. Okay. We can play Cameo, and then I think I'm just going to play Triome and then pass. And then next turn we can play Flame of an Ore and kind of do the thing. Sure. So now they have 4 mana here. Yeah. They have a Jace. So they have another Jace. Okay. They're going to mill themselves all the way.
Phyrexia's plans are already in motion.
Interesting. So I think we are attacking, getting a clue. The question is, what do we do after? So we can Flame of an Ore, draw 2 cards and kill 1 thing. The question is, what do we kill? Yeah, actually, I think we're gonna Flame of an Ore, draw 2, deal 5. Target player draws 2, kill Rona. Now we transform again. We tick up.
I will protect this library with
And we have Path to Exile up. So Path to Exile can, again, get rid of Kethis. Alia is fine. So we'll just go ahead and play Tune the Narrative here. So they can't really do anything now. Right, they have a bunch of mana. They can mill and draw a card. I guess if they hit exactly... Oh, I was going to say now they can't even...
Become subdued.
Let's take up again. So we have Tameo, and now this Pithing Needle can just name Kethis. Now I don't really know what they're doing.
I'll be in the library.
Oh, I don't even know the name of the card. Ah! The Hidden Hand. Okay. That's what I thought. And go. Okay.
Organic minds are easy.
Oh, I guess they can also mill me. I didn't think about that. Is there... Oh, Galvanic Discharge. Yeah. So we can just tune the narrative. Yeah, we can tune the narrative. Galvanic Discharge. Onto the Jace. And now they kind of can't really do a lot. Okay. Tick up.
Much noise.
Pass.
Use your words.
So if they tap that Kethis, they can't do anything. Yeah. And now... Wow! Holy moly. Wow. So I again, it's been a while since I've played some Historic. I have not really caught up on the meta, and I was also kind of concerned how this deck might perform. Unstable Amulet was not a card that was high on my list. And I don't know how much hate there was going to be for Tameo, and I also wasn't really up to date on how powerful this card is. But both of these cards are slam dunks, Flage 2. I'm so happy with this deck because I love that I get to show off the new cards. It's super boring, right, when there's a new set and a new deck comes out, and then you don't actually get to play a lot of the new cards. But this deck is using so many new cards. They work really well together, and they are just a slam dunk. Every single one of them working super well together, and it creates a super fun deck. Right, so Tameo is basically a must-kill card. If you let it flip, obviously you still have to answer it. The ultimate ends the game, which I love. Right, and that's awesome. Tune the Narrative and Galvanic Discharge are just super efficient cards, giving you energy, doing something else. Galvanic Discharge, the big one, getting to be such a flexible removal spell. And obviously working well with Snapcaster Mage. We all know me. Bolt, Snap, Bolt is my favorite thing in the world. Now my new favorite thing in the world is Bolt, or Galvanic Discharge, Snapcaster Mage, Galvanic Discharge. I don't think I ever ended up doing that even today, but Unstable Amulet being a very under the radar way to kill your opponent. Obviously, in the first match, we played against Death Shadow, so they're doing a lot of damage to themselves, but also combined with Flage, and also just Snapcaster Mage and just playing the game. Unstable Amulet did quite a bit of damage while also providing cards, which is not really something that I thought of initially when I looked at this random 2-mana artifact. It's just a 2-mana artifact. I'm just like, all right, cool. It might get me some cards, but it dealt a significant, a relevant amount of damage and provided a nice flow of cards, which is really, really impressive for this random comment from Modern Horizons 3. Obviously, we saw Flage being very powerful at buffering our life total in some games. We saw Invert Polarity being cast. Didn't really do too much, but yeah, wow, every single card, new card in this deck, performing very, very well. And yeah, I love this deck. I'll really, really have to play more of this deck. I'll be probably jamming a bunch of this deck in my off time. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. What other Modern Horizons 3 cards you guys playing, whether it's in Historic or Timeless? Definitely excited to test out some more cards. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Really does me a big solid. And yeah, thanks again for watching. See you guys in the next video.